Welcome to episode 25 of the Quilter on Fire podcast. Can you believe we've hit 25 episodes already? We have a great podcast today. My guest is Elizabeth DeCrooz, and she loves quilting, Pojagi, embroidery, and sewing in her studio. Her business is called Epida Studios, and she has a super fun O Canada sew along happening right now, just in time for Canada Day. She has a wonderful story about where she's lived in the world and why she's in love with Pojagi, and I can't wait to share her story with you. Elizabeth DeCrooz, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
So tell us a story about where you've lived in the world. You took a little 2-year break from Canada and you found something wonderful. So tell us about that.
Yes. So I grew up in Cambridge, Ontario, and I lived there. I still lived there when I went to school, and then I got married, and then I had kids. And then one day my husband was offered a job opportunity to go to Korea for a 2-year project. And so we packed up 4 kids who were ages 1, 4, 6, and 10. And we moved there. And I didn't know anything about Korea. I didn't know the language or the food or even where I would be living. I didn't really know anything, but just jumped in. I think I was ready for a break from living in the same place my whole life. And it was just such a great opportunity. I met amazing people. And it was a really great experience for our whole family. A funny story, my husband had been to Korea before for work, and he really enjoyed the Korean food. And so he kind of had in his mind that when we went there, we'd be eating Korean food all the time. But I was still cooking, and I didn't know how to cook Korean food.
Oh, that's so funny.
So that was one of the first things that I purchased was a sewing machine. And that was really something that helped in the stress and the unknown, and everything was changing and new. It really helped my mental health to have one thing that I knew how to do in a land where I didn't even know how to shop for groceries.
And now here's a word from our clothing sponsor. Sass Boutique is dressing me in style for the podcast trailers. This apron I'm wearing today is so cool. It has adorable hand-printed California quails drinking wine. If you can't see me right now, head on over to the Quilter on Fire YouTube channel to watch the trailer so you can check out this apron. It's perfect for throwing on in your studio so you don't find yourself running an errand later in the afternoon and you're covered in bits of thread. Each apron is one of a kind, hand-printed, so you can pick up the phone and call to ask about their current selection of colors and prints. Just call 250-494-1677. With locations now in Summerland and Penticton, Sass Boutique carries beautiful, comfortable, classy clothing.
But in Quilt Canada, I'm going to be giving a lecture that is a lot more of the Korean history and a lot more detailed about the different types of Pojagi and how they were used. And so it's called 2000 Years of Patchwork, and it is on June 18th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
Did you like this trailer? Hit that subscribe button to get the new podcast trailer every week, and click on the link in the description below to listen to the full podcast.